How are we? Hear me? How are we doing? Checking this is all up and running. Yo, how are we feeling, guys? KSI wasn't robbed. KSI wasn't robbed. Yeah, I don't know. That's why I wanted your thoughts. I don't know. I don't know how you guys are feeling. It was an interesting one. Sorry, I thought I'd come on a yo, Ewan, what's up, man? Get on radar, shut the fuck up. Yeah, it was an interesting one. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it, guys. I can't lie. It's a bit of a shit fight, if I'm honest. Like, it's very shit. Um, I don't feel like either man deserved it, but at the same time, I feel for Tommy a bit because how do you fight a fight like that, right? How do you fight a fight like that? I don't know how you do that. I mean, Tommy won 3, 4, 5, 6, then 4-2, then 4-3 with the point deduction. I wasn't sure. I felt like the 6th round was close. I thought KSI maybe took the 6th. Like, he took 1, 2, and 6 was where I was thinking. But again, it was close. I don't think the reaction, again, we know how much the word robbery gets thrown around. I feel like it's a bit harsh. Shite fight though, I agree, Ian. Yeah, I mean, I feel from because how do you fight a guy like KSI like as a boxer? It's so fucking weird, right? How do you deal with that? Tommy won 4-2, lost the first 2, then won every round after that. Yeah, I don't hate that, Toby. I don't hate it. If you can, guys, liking the stream would be greatly appreciated. I'm gonna be jumping on for a bit. I want to hear all of your thoughts. And on the UFC, which is happening right now, which is my fault for not watching right now because I know Barboza is going to be on soon. If he isn't already, I haven't been keeping up with it. Something for me to cover over later. But there was an overhand and clinch, so boring. Yeah, I mean, you'd hope after that amount of years of improving in the game that we'd get some sort of improvement out of KSI, but it doesn't seem to be like that was the case. I don't know, man. I'm not too sure about his performance. First rounds were fun. Yeah, the first round was good. It was good entertainment. But I think then it didn't take long for Tommy to really sort of get into his groove of where KSI was going to be because he was swinging that overhand right like crazily straight in there and just didn't really work for him, did it? Didn't really work for him. Yeah, as I said, guys, liking the stream. We'll get a load more people in here. Just smash that like button if I really want to go and say that. But you know what I mean. Appreciate the love. DJ Bobby, Tommy should have lost more points. He clinched just as much as KSI and landed a ton of back to the head shots. Yeah, I mean, I didn't like the back of the head shots. I wasn't a fan of that. I can't lie, guys. I wasn't a fan of that at all. But I think the refereeing all night was problematic, especially in that fight. Not enough breaking up from the clinch. I think Ariel Helwani was spitting facts, but it was the same in the There was a fight earlier on in the undercard where a guy was able to use his mouthpiece, spit it out, and get to the corner. Another guy should have had a standing count, didn't get that. You know, a lot of poor refereeing and judging. Let's be real in the whole of that undercard. If you guys were watching the undercard as well, Tommy clearly won. I don't think it was clear, Toby. I don't, man. I don't think it was clear. Hey, Pastor. Sorry, I thought I'd jump over a quick stream. I know it's unannounced, but I just wanted to get your guys' immediate thoughts and give my own. I think it was harsh. I think a draw was pretty fair, but I don't know how you actually score that when I think about it. Yeah, I don't know. Definitive fight? No, it wasn't definitive, Toby. He did look bad, though. I do agree on that. Yeah, good to see you, as I said, Pastor. KSI turned his head the whole fight. I don't think so. I don't think he was turning his head too much in the clinch. I think that was Tommy's mistake to make, which resulted in those back of the head shots. He should know better than that as a quote-unquote boxer. Better boxer than Jake Paul? No, I think Jake Paul's a better fundamental boxer. I think that you know, you got to look at it stylistically. Who wins there? I don't know. I don't know who wins that because it's just, to be honest, DJ Bobby, that fight has killed any hype, man. It's killed any hype I've had for that fight to take place because watching KSI fight, anyone who will remotely give him a problem or can withstand his shots and predict where his punches are going to land is going to just manage pretty well. Let's be honest, guys. Like, you know, obviously, we've seen him get these knockouts, but these against guys who realistically should not be in there with him. Let's be honest. Tommy Fury can handle his best shots, and he was able to do that. As I said, I do feel a bit of sympathy for Tommy purely on the basis of, you know, he clearly is the better fundamental boxer, but it's difficult for him to really implement his game plan when you're fighting someone as wild as KSI. Let's be real, guys. Like, fighting someone like KSI is always going to be interestingly it's going to be, how do you deal with a guy swinging like that, right? And, you know, he's bouncing like Michael Venom Page in there. Draw is understandable, hard to score, so much clinching, but Tommy didn't land enough to get a majority. Yeah, no, I agree. It's hard to score because it's just such an unorthodox fight. That's the way I see it. KSI clinched, did nothing. Nah, he threw in the clinch. I honestly, I was actually impressed with his clinch work. I was pretty impressed with his clinch work. He was landing some good shots in the clinch, but that was about the extent of it, really. The rest of it was pretty poor from him and Tommy. Viewers lost. I agree. That Danis fight was, I think, something we all should have expected. I give him the credit for selling the fight beforehand, but let's be real, he was never going in there with any intention to take Logan Paul out of there. Gets the viewers in this live. Yeah, I mean, it's timing, isn't it, Pastor? It is. Show this man some love, by the way. A member in the chat, one of only 4. Pastor is a true legend of the game. Show him some love. KSI hits harder and is better boxer than Jake Paul. Better footwork? Nah, I disagree. And I hate Jake Paul. But I respect what he does. And, you know, as a businessman, he's a smart guy. That's why he pulls in so many numbers. It's not rocket science. Tommy has no punch. No, I think he punching power, maybe not, but I think he does have good fundamentals. It's just you can't. How do you deal with a man like KSI? As I say, it's so difficult. That's your opinion. They're bad. They're both bad. No, I agree. Neither of them are that great. I think Tommy has better fundamentals, but to say that, I don't think either man deserved that fight. I don't think it was clear a winner for either. I think a draw would have been fair. Robbery, yeah. I mean, that's what I want to know. Nanashi, sorry. I don't know. I'm still thinking about it. It was just a bit of a poor showing. Let's be real. I was actually quite impressed with Logan, to be honest. I was a fan of. He had quite some slick combos in there. I know Danis was basically a punching bag that whole fight, but let's be real, it was quite entertaining to watch in terms of Logan throwing some nice combinations. But yeah, Danis, we should have expected that from him, I think. J-Boy's trash footwork. KSI's decent footwork. No, I mean, he fights like an MMA fighter. He fights like Michael Venom Page. He trains at London Shoot Fighters, where MVP trains. Clearly has taken on his style, which I'm not sure why you would go into, because it's just not going to... I mean, it didn't lend him any really much success in this fight. Let's be real. Tommy was able to deal with it. 33 watching. I know, this is a concurrent record for me. Timing is everything, am I right? Let's hope this ends YouTube boxing forever. Yeah, MJ, I'm kind of with you there. Kind of a bit. I think that, at least on the mainstream, like the big KSI fights, I don't want to see that anymore. You having a bad night, Aben? That's a rare one for you, I hope. Good to see you in here as well. Yeah, hit way less than Jake Paul did against the same boxer. I disagree. I think Jake Paul hit him more. I don't think. Let's be honest. Neither performance was stellar. I think we got to be real here, guys. It wasn't entertaining. I mean, I wanted KSI to win, but I don't think. I understand his frustrations with the point deduction and not getting the win, and it was a close fight. It's not a robbery though. I think you have to do better to get that scorecards more convincingly. TJ Brown lost to Darren Elkins and lost some money. Oh yeah, but you got to love Darren Elkins, man. The damage, man. He's a G. Jake Paul was a punching bag against Tommy Fury. Look how KSI looked. I don't think he was a punching bag. I think that fight was competitive. I think Tommy Fury won it very fairly, and pretty convincingly. But it was a competitive fight. It wasn't dominant. Unorthodox style works for him. That was my thoughts coming in, Ewan. I did think that KSI would have a good chance because of how weird he fights, and Tommy would struggle to adapt with that because he's such an orthodox fighter. I didn't think KSI would take it that far to a decision, though. I think if KSI was going to win, he was going to knock him out, but he couldn't do that. Bet on Fury either way and won some money. Well done, mate. That's good on you. I'm not one to bet on that. But honestly, KSI's odds were far too good. Honestly, he was like 6-1 or something on Bet365, which is wild. Christian Rodriguez ruined another undefeated prospect with a weight advantage. Heritage, Haven. Heritage. Rounds 1-2. Tommy Fury beat the shit out of Jake Paul. Made him a punching bag. Were you watching? I think I watched a pretty shit fight that wasn't really clear either way. That's what I saw, Toby. But let me get a poll in here. Let's see what people are saying. I really want your opinions here, guys. See what you guys think. I don't know. It was the whole card itself was actually quite entertaining. There were some really cracking fights on the undercard. It's just a shame how those last 2 bouts went. I think they really blew off the steam, which is a bit of a shame. Keep ignoring George. It's funny. Oh, sorry, mate. I didn't see. Sorry, mate. There's a lot of people in it now. I'm sorry, George. I'm sorry. Let me scroll back up. First, you loved the Danis stuff. Just found it entertaining. Did you see on Chelsea? No, I didn't see it. What did he say? Tommy can't knock people out for being realistic. No, he's never had massive knockout power, to be fair. But he's got very good combinations. But obviously, he's not able to get them off against a guy like KSI. Didn't get robbed. Hey, bro, you don't need to call me a nerd, man. I didn't say robbed. I put a question mark. And you're here watching and giving me shit, man. That's all love. I just wanted you guys' opinions, you know. I'm indifferent. I think either you could score that fight either way. I don't think it's a robbery. No need for the insults, Power. You can always hit the like button instead. My question's not been answered. It's a bigger robbery. Sorry, man. I'm sorry, George. Won max 3 rounds and lost a point though. KSI or no, Tommy. No, I think you could argue 3 rounds or 4. I don't think either of that is a terrible result to have. KSI won the first 2. Yeah, I think the second round was close. I definitely gave him 1, and 1 was the definitive one, I think. Fury won the rest of the closest round after the first. It was the last. I agree. I think the 6th round was pretty close. KSI had a harder shot. You could argue 1-2-6 for KSI or just 1 and 6. That was the right. Sorry, Slim's fight with the best. I like the one before that, to be honest. Was it Dean the Great? That was a great fight. Fucking hell, fair play to those guys. Does not make me want to get in the boxing ring. I'll say that. Fight wasn't even worth the title, Robert. Yeah, it wasn't entertaining. It reminds me of just so many MMA fights. I mean, I don't think it'd be worse than Carla Esparza versus Rose Namajunas. I don't think anything could be as bad as that. Chell said that because the security coming in before the end, it was an automatic disqualification. So Dylan wins. That's a very Chell thing to say. Yeah, I mean, I'm not. I mean, realistic. Let's be real, guys. It couldn't have ended any other way than a Dylan disqualification. I think that was inevitable. Yeah, if you can, guys, I'm just gonna say again, liking the stream would go a really, really long way. If you guys, everyone who liked the stream here would probably double the views, I reckon, which would be fucking insane. Because it just sends way more traffic out, which will be lovely. So more people in here, more conversations, more fun. Dean has such an iron chin. Yeah, man. Fair play. Both of them did, actually. I respect it. I respect it. I'm not one for the, the Misfits boxing thing. I don't really think it's particularly, I'm not like one of those, saggy old dudes who complains about it ruining the sport of boxing. I think it's fun when it's good. I think there was a couple of times where it was great in that night. But the Dennis and the KSI fight, neither of those were entertaining. Let's be honest. I think they were a bit of a dampener on that whole event. I think it started off pretty well. I think there's some good fights on there. And let's be real, it's entertaining. And at the end of the day, this is the fight game, MMA boxing, you're there to have a good time. And some of those fights were fucking fun to watch. I can't lie to you guys, they were. But the KSI fight definitely was not. Had Dean from the start, everyone doubted me. I didn't really know too much. I saw bits of the first fight, which seemed really entertaining. They all laughed at me. I have to say, we're not laughing now, are you? Yeah. Nigel Farage, for sure. But Dylan Dallas is embarrassing. Paul is a bum, but didn't. No, I think Paul did. I mean, you can't. I don't think you can fault Logan. I don't think Logan is a saint. I don't really like him, but you can't fault him for what he did in there. I think he fought the fight he needed to fight. He didn't. I think he maybe lost his rag a little bit in the second round. Really went for that blow. That flurry of blows didn't really work out for him. But I think it could have. He held his composure pretty well for most of that fight. Fair play to him. Yeah, Dylan. Very little needs to be said about him. We should have expected that from the start. KSI got robbed. I don't know, man. I don't think it's a robbery. I think that word gets thrown around too much. That's what I'm saying. It's thrown around too much. I think it was a close fight. I don't think neither guy was impressive. So I don't think either guy can be mad at whichever way that fight was going to go. I don't think you can be mad either way. I mean, I like KSI more than I like Tommy, so I feel for him a little bit, and I understand his frustrations because it's a close fight, and obviously the point direction. I didn't really have a win. I'd probably, my guns to my head, I probably said KSI won, but I was damn close. I can't fault it. I can't. It was, Tommy did what he needed to do in those middle rounds. He took it quite nicely in the third fight. Edson and Yusuf tonight. I like Edson. That knockout of Quarantillo's got me hyped, so I'm inclined to say Edson. But Yusuf's a killer, man. I like him as well. 5 or 6 back shots, only 1 point deduction. Well, I mean, it was pretty fair. I think he warned him 3 times and then gave him the point deduction, which I think is pretty valid. Obviously, there's probably some rules someone can correct me on there, but I'm not too mad about it. We're still gonna make a breakdown. Yeah, probably. KSI way more dominant the whole fight. I don't think so, FNG, man. Landing more powerful punches. I mean, nothing landed clean from him, really. There's a couple of nice ones in the clinch, which I liked. But apart from that, nothing crazy. Rounds Tommy won were not as dominant as the ones KSI ran. But it doesn't matter about that, though. It's a round-by-round scoring. It doesn't matter. 3-3 with the point deduction, so KSI wins. I don't hate that, George. That was where I was leaning to as well. I thought 1, 2, and 6 for KSI. But at the same time, I'm not too fussed about it. Yo, GT Gaming, how you doing, brother? Good to see you. KSI robbed. I don't know, man. I don't know. That's what we're talking about. This is the whole meet the convo right now. I don't know. Close fight. I had 3-3 with the point deduction as well. I do think KSI probably deserved it, but I don't think you can get mad at a Tommy decision. I don't think you can. KSI first 2, then Fury last 4. No, I think KSI won the 6th. I think KSI definitely won 1 and definitely around 1, 2, and 6. You can maybe go either way, but those are the other rounds I'd give to KSI. No way he won that unanimously while throwing less points, just past point deduction. I mean, I think all the rounds are pretty close, to be honest, besides 1. I have a question. Can KSI appeal? I don't know, GT. I don't know. That's what he says, but you know what commissions are like. Anything can happen. Matt, how was the rest of the Misfits card? It was good, actually, in my opinion, and I'm not one for him. I mean, you know how much I'm much more of an MMA guy over boxing, let alone Misfits, but I was entertaining. I can't lie. The main card fights were good up until the co-main and main, which is really a shame. Apparently, the judges give the second a 10-9. I'm not surprised by that. I think Tommy, if that round was close, I think I could definitely give that to Tommy. Did you bet on anyone? No, I didn't. I thought about betting on KSI because I thought those odds were too good to ignore. In hindsight, that would have been a decent bet. I know obviously KSI didn't get the nod, but it was a lot closer than the odds were saying. He was like 5.5 to 1, 6 to 1 on my betting site, which was crazy to me. I didn't see that. So I thought KSI had a good chance. Close, I agree. Yeah, unanimous, brother. No way. It was probably a draw. Yeah, I mean, no, it wasn't unanimous. It was a majority, right? Tommy Fury does have power though, not just not like KSI or Jake Paul. It's levels. Nah, I think you're just trolling, brother. Come on. If you feel so obliged, I don't know. There's a lot of people in the chat right now. If you're big on MMA, make a lot of good MMA content. Well, I think it's good. So if you'd like to subscribe, I stream every day, so we talk all things MMA and videos twice a week. So if you are new here, feel free, jump in, join the crew, because we are on a mission right now. To global domination in this space, effectively. So feel free to subscribe if you feel kind enough to do so, but you're not obliged, of course. I bet it's a draw or KSI won. Yeah, I'd be okay with those results too, bro. You watching UFC? Not right now, and I should. What just happened? Your MMA I need to be watching it, considering I'm an MMA channel. It's pretty bad. Your MMA content is actually good. To how, man? I really appreciate that. I do my best to make good content for you guys. I'm glad you're a fan. Glad you're here for the stream as well, since we've started doing that every day. Familiar guys in the chat will know we've been having a great time in here talking all things MMA. A lot about 294 this week, which has been great fun. And I can't wait for the build-up for that, considering Volkanovski stepping in, Usman stepping in. I cannot wait. It's one of the best cards we're ever going to see in a long time, and who knows what could maybe make history there. So excited. So we're going to be talking all of that in the build-up this week. Might do a watch-along. I'll see how I feel, but I tend to watch fights by, just more in my own space, but we'll see. I might do it. Who am I saying won? I don't know. Who are you saying won? I mean, I don't know. I couldn't decide. Didn't won that fight. Clear and obvious rigged. Yeah, that's that bait, George. Come on, brother. Feel bad, whoever who thinks this fight was close. Fury clearly won 4-2. I don't think it was clear, Toby. None of the rounds were that clear. I think you're exaggerating there. KSI never hurt Fury. Fury never hurt KSI, bro. Pereira just flatlined Petrosky. No fucking way. Wait, in what way? Is Michel Pereira? How did he do it? Did he backflip on him? Fuck, I forgot he was fighting. Oh, I'm annoyed now. I need to go see that. I need to go have a look. Fury actually at KSI? Nah, nothing flush there. If you know box, you know Tommy won. I think if anyone could know boxing, they wouldn't call that a fun fight. Let's be real, Ruin. I don't think there's a clear winner either. He hurt the back of his head, mate. Yeah, I mean, those back of the head punches, I think that's Tommy's fault. I think if anyone should not be doing those things, it should be Tommy. He should have that experience and, basic fundamentals to not make those mistakes. Fury did at KSI in round 5? Nah, I didn't know. Nothing for me there, Toby. Come on, man. Need a proper UFC 294 breakdown and predictions. To be honest, I've done my predictions of the main and co-main on stream. Not really my style of videos. I don't tend to do them, but I might just do a talking to the camera thing once I get to invest in a better camera, because obviously, look at this shit. Horrible footage right now. What do you think about Dylan Dennis? I think we all should have expected that to be the case of how that was going to go. Let's be honest, Kleno. I think he sold the fight well, and you can't deny that. And he's going to go home with a fat bag, but we all sort of really known how he was going to act. KSI won the first, second, and sixth. Yeah, that was where I was leaning towards, but I thought the second round was really close. Sixth round was close, so I'm not mad about the scorecards. That's what I'm saying. It wasn't nothing was definitive. First round in 1 minute straight. Right, I'm glad. I love Michelle. It's been a while since I've seen him in the cage, man. I did a video. Maybe it was one of my early videos was on him. Didn't do that well, but I always love watching him fight. So, guys need a brain scan, Toby, man. I think you got to chill with the hostility, brother. It's not that deep. We're just spectators of the game, man. You don't none of the hostility, bro. We're all loving the chat, man. It's all chill. You can have your opinions, of course, but you don't need to flame other people. None of that, please. What about the point deduction? Pretty fair. He had 2 or 3 warnings. I think that's fair. I do think the referee was good on that, but disappointing in the fact he didn't break the clinch up. I think Errol Hawani was doing nothing but spitting facts all night, to be honest, about everything. KSI got the edge and won, but Fury got the people voting for him. I don't know. I think KSI won, but a draw I wasn't happy with, and I'm not mad about a Tommy win either, to be honest. I think it's all pretty fair. Round 2, 10-8, KSI won anyway. Round 2 was close. I couldn't decide when I was watching it. Leo, who do you think should have won? I'm torn. I think KSI, gun to my head, was who I'd probably pick, but it was very close. I think the problem is it's not a robbery, but the fact that none of the rounds were definitive except from the first. I think that was pretty clearly KSI, but none of the other rounds were really that definitive enough. So you kind of have to expect the scorecards to not go in your favor when the fight's like that. Tyson Fury was nervous. Yeah, I know that was a big indicator as well. I saw that too. One thing I'll give to KSI, he landed the hardest shot of the fight in round 6. Did he? I mean, he landed a nice one, sort of glancing off the tempo in the first. I thought his clinch work was really good. I think considering Tommy was the bigger man, I think KSI did really nicely in the clinch. Does he have a right to be mad? Of course he does. He's worked months in preparation. You know, sold this fight like crazy. He, you know, spearheaded Misfits. Of course I'd be mad. I mean, I would be mad in his shoes. I mean, that doesn't mean the decision is unfair. He can still be mad, though. Honestly, you're amazing and talking. Good watching you. You should try commentary. I really appreciate that, Manik. I'm actually really... that's a really lovely compliment. Thank you so much. Maybe I will. Maybe you'll see me on Misfits one day. In the booth. Fortunately, my boxing analysis isn't stellar. I'm much more of an MMA man. So, but I really appreciate that. I think as MMA fans, we have them rules in our head constantly. Maybe that's what sway us. I think maybe that is something to consider, George. I agree. Yeah. What do you think is next for both? Hopefully nothing, to be honest. I know they'll probably do the rematch. Money talks. Won't be surprised. I won't want to watch it, to be honest. Not after that. I don't want to watch any fight for another KSI fight has been immediately killed after that because it was just painfully one-dimensional from him. You'd think he'd improve after years in the training room at Shoot Fighters, but no. Fighting pretty much the same as he always has. Very lack of variety in his shots, no combinations. I would like to see more body work from him. I think that was an open option there. Some more uppercuts, not enough of that. Realistically, it was throw the right and then clinch, or you know, step in and just clinch. There was not really any combination work, which I don't think, to be honest, let's be real, he wasn't going to hang in there with combinations against Tommy, but I would like to see more Bellator shots. That's Bellator? I just read your chat, George, at the same time. More body shots. Dylan was trash, I agree, but pretty poor performance from him. And I think he knew that as well. I think he went in with the full intention of doing that, but we should have expected it. But you know what? He trash talked and he got people on his side. He did that. He's just, you know, in that sense, he's a smart guy. You can't deny him that. You think KSI will fight Jake after losing to Tommy? That's the end game, isn't it? But honestly, I'm not even excited for that. And I'll probably watch it because I'm a little fucking shill. But you know, I'll probably watch it. But I'm not that. My excitement levels have definitely gone down. And to be honest, I don't think KSI was happy with that performance. Let's be real. I think he's a bit of a... He chases glory and wins, and he clearly gets frustrated. So I think he probably wasn't happy with that either. Do you want to fight someone? Yeah, get me on Misfits. Fuck it, why not? I'll do a charity fight. Why not? It'll be fun. I don't know who specifically. Anyone in the YouTube space, maybe. We said this before. I'd probably be able to beat MMA Guru because he lives in, you know, he's in a wheelchair, so it'd probably be pretty easy. Dylan didn't give two shits. Just came for the back. Yeah, of course. I mean, I feel like we kind of got fooled a little bit there. Do you think KSI got robbed? No. I mean, kind of. It could go either way. I don't think it's a robbery. Like, word is too harsh. It wasn't a clear winner. That by definition is not a robbery. Yeah, Jeff, KSI was pissed, and I think that's completely fair to be pissed in his regard. It was a close fight, and he's frustrated. You got to understand, guys, when you're in MMA, boxing, any sort of sport, when you dedicate your life to it and put so much hours in, it means so much to them. And we don't see that, and you will never really be able to relate to that unless you really do it on those big stages. And I think that's something to consider because I don't think his outburst is unjustified at all. I don't really agree with the stuff he was saying on the mic. I think just, you know, save it for after. But let's be real. I think to say that, you know, KSI's reaction wasn't unwarranted is a bit harsh. I think, you know, I would probably be the same if I was in his shoes. Regardless of how I feel about the result being pretty close and not a robbery, you know. Landed more shots than Tommy, maybe, but nothing was clean. The stats never tell the true story. You need to watch the fight in total. I'm not saying you didn't, but stats never really tell the true story. I think Dylan actually goes to the UFC now. No, absolutely not. Whoever's spamming the hearts in the chat, I appreciate the love. Liking the video would be greatly appreciated as well, guys. Anyone new jumping in here? Sorry, I know I keep saying it, but anyone who new jumped in here, I'd appreciate the love. If you like the stream, it means more people in here. More fun, more good times. Bro, you got that stream? No one done quick today. It took me like 2 minutes, man. Speedy. Get on Canva. First image I found. I wanted a better one, but we bull. You know, we got to go on with it. Done, dude. Vibe. Appreciate the love, man. Yo, we just jumped up by 4. That's what I like to see, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I said a lot of new people in here. I expected that because of the timing. If you like MMA content, feel free. Join the crew. We're on a mission for global domination in the MMA space. Lots of cool stuff. Streaming every day. MMA content twice a week. In terms of videos, long form, short sometimes when I feel like them. But if you're in for that, like and subscribe because we're not going anywhere. Do you want to fight Speed? Not particularly. That would just be a bit weird, and also I'd never get there. 100 votes, bro. No way. Shit. Oh, I forgot the poll was up. 71% KSI. Pretty crazy. Think he should appeal? I mean, he's within his rights to, Jeff, for sure. I don't think he'll get anything out of it, but he's within his rights to appeal. Absolutely. Kept clinching like a family reunion. Yeah, I agree with that, man. I agree with that for sure. Yeah, that's the most frustrating thing. I think that was a problem with the ref, not breaking him up enough. That was a problem the whole night. Refs weren't stamping their authority on a lot of those fights, and it was fucking annoying. Really annoying. Anyway, this KSI going, I don't know why you're surprised, Toby. I think the fight was competitive. It was. Why do you think there's so much conversation about a robbery? I don't think there's a clear-cut winner for either guy. You know, I don't think you'd be mad about that. KSI shouldn't win for non-stop clinching. Fury shouldn't be winning necessarily for not, you know, countering that. Fury should have backed out of that clinch and fired off his shots. He wasn't doing it. I understand it's frustrating dealing with a guy like KSI because he's so fucking nuts to fight. Needs to be pretty one-sided to appeal what correct. I mean, it's a case-by-case basis, Fresh. You know, that's down to the commission or whoever runs it. That's down to what they think, you know. I don't know. I don't know how that's gonna run, but we'll see. I don't expect the KSI to get much out of it. I can definitely understand his frustration though, for sure. Because I think if anyone's gonna think he's gonna win, it's gonna be him. Let's be real. And I think I think a draw at worst was probably a fair decision. And a KSI win, I'm not mad about either. I don't know. It's a big dampener on there. Big dampener on there. But interesting to see the poll. I'm curious to see what you guys' thoughts. Quite a big swing for KSI there. I know we've probably got a lot of KSI fans flying in here, which is unsurprising. But so maybe that's bias swinging in the favor. But I think it was pretty close. I don't think you can be mad about either. 5-1 Fury. No, I mean you could argue. I mean no, but you could argue it. Like the only round. I mean I wouldn't. I'd say no, but you could definitely argue it because the round, any round apart from the first, was pretty close. I mean it's like nothing definitive. I think the first round was close purely because KSI landed a big shot at the start and generally just imposed himself. Tommy was struggling to deal with the aggression right off the bat. 4-2, no doubt about that. That's a perfectly fine scorecard, Toby. I can be completely fine with that. I think you could go either way, to be honest. Embarrassing KSI, hugged him for 6 rounds. Yeah, I was pretty disappointed with how he came out. I would hope he'd... I mean, he was... Let's be real. I understand the game plan because he was never going to go in there and beat him on fundamentals. It's just not going to happen. I just wanted to see a bit more body work. I think that was definitely open for him. Uppercut would have been lovely. There was a couple of chances where he really should have landed that uppercut, but he wasn't throwing it. He was throwing the big right, which was telegraphed. You know, Tommy was reading it and ducking under, and then it was leading into a clinch. Not enough for shot variety. I think that was the main problem for KSI. I'm perfectly fine with him going down the unorthodox route. That's perfectly fine. I think that's a perfectly valid thing to do. But the moment you start being one-dimensional, I think you lose the respect of the crowd and the fans. But fair play for him to get in there. You got to understand, he's doing so many different things. I have to give him the credit. Both of the guys, to be fair. Tommy stepping on up there with all his, you know, pressure on the line. It's quite a difficult thing to do. Argue anything when it comes to the fight game? Yeah. Like, I bet you go onto X and scroll far enough and see someone Max won the third vote fight. Call it Twitter, but I agree. KSI on that left jab, right hand, or right hook. I mean, forgot the other shot. Toby, I don't think there was much else, mate. I think KSI was robbed. He wanted Tommy to win, but I bet they said Tommy so doesn't. Nah, I don't think there was any shady dealings about that. Tommy, yeah, I mean Tommy was disappointing, but I do feel for him because it's hard to adapt to a guy like KSI. You can't really impose your will very easily. Rules for repeated clinching in boxing. It's more down to the ref's discretion. I think. Please, if someone knows, can quote me if I'm wrong. You know, please correct me if I am. But I'm pretty. You know, it's down to the refereeing for keeping the fight smooth, and I don't think he did a good job of that. I think the point deduction was well done, but not the clinch work. I think the ref did not impose himself well. But Logan be stiff as hell after that press into the press conference. I thought he looked good. I mean, he definitely wasn't stiff in the cage. I thought he looked in the cage, in the ring. I thought he looked quite smooth. Combinations were flowing nicely. I liked it. But Dennis wasn't firing back, so there's not too much to say. Will Flurry the GOAT, though? Is it saying... you know, I'm not following Gunny. Sorry, mate. Do you think KSI won, he lost or draw? I was happy with either. I was inclined to say KSI won, but again, my immediate reaction was a 3-3 with a point deduction, so KSI won. But again, I thought the rounds were very close. I was torn on round 2 and 6 on who to score it to. So I thought 3, 4, and 5 pretty clearly Tommy. I think I never had any doubt there. I just think 1, 2, and 6 were the ones that KSI potentially would have won. 1 for sure, KSI won. 2 and 6 you can debate. That was really what it comes down to, I think. I think that's pretty clear and cut, if you ask me. What's your background? It's a UFC press conference. You know, I'm going to change it. You guys will like this better if you're being... I know so many people, I don't know if you guys are into UFC. This is an MMA channel, generally speaking. But you'll like that instead. I love Usman. Sorry, bro. I know he's fighting on 294, but I fucking love this picture, so it has to stay up here. Run the trilogy. No, we don't need it, George, man. I don't want to see Dennis anywhere near a competitive sporting event anymore. Fresh, is that any better for you, mate? I hope you prefer that. Who you got, Usman or Hamzat? I got Hamzat because of the youth and exuberance. Usman is old. His knees are gone. And I like Kamaru. I appreciate everything he's done for the sport, but Hamzat, I feel like is going to take it. He's had a full camp. Usman has not. Usman's out of the game a little while. I think he's over the hill. But I really want Usman to win. Expertise wise, what's that in? Oh, what's my background? Oh, yeah, I train jiu-jitsu. I've been training for about 10 months in total, on and off for 2 years, but about 10 months consistently. Yeah. Well, it was worth the change anyway. But yeah, I love jiu-jitsu. I've been obsessed with MMA for about five years. Love the sport. So I sort of start a channel, and here we are in a year in, nearly 12K subs. We just keep going. It's been a great ride. Glad to have you on board if you feel like doing so, man. Imagine Usman comes in and head kicks in the first round. Nah, he can't reach that high. When's the last time you've seen Usman for a fucking high kick, man? How much I weigh? I've dropped a bit of weight because I haven't been training for a little while, but I usually weigh about 65. I'm quite a light, got quite a thin frame, but I'm not like, desperately skinny or anything. I'm only 5'8", so. But I don't go in the gym. I hate weightlifting, but I like training. I love jiu-jitsu, so that keeps me fit. Messi, Ronaldo, Messi, bro. Always Messi. Usman tried to high kick Leon. I don't remember that, did he? What's that in pounds? Like one. I think it's like 140. 145 is 65 kilos, right? So I think like that. Yeah, roughly that. 145. I'm really looking this up right now. Sorry, guys. Yeah, about 165. So I'm probably about 141 right now. I've been a bit less, but something like that. About 145. Gonna start jiu-jitsu. Go for it, man. It changed my life. A second year at uni, it kept me sane. A lot of the social aspect of it I loved. Really cool people, and the sport keeps you fit, keeps you mentally in check as well. I cannot recommend it enough. So enjoy the journey. Don't just be prepared to lose a lot, and just be willing to learn. That's it, man. Kickboxing, jiu-jitsu, and wrestling. Great combination, bro. Great combination. What's thoughts on the wrestling? Because I really liked it. I liked the Dean the Great fight versus Waleed something. That was really fun. Great fight. That was more entertaining than most boxing fights I watched normally. That was fucking awesome. The Salt Pappy Slim fight, that was cool as well. Great comeback. Some of the other fights on there. Let's fight on Misfits featherweight division since Janesh dropped that. Yeah, go on then, George. Let's run it, brother. Let's run it. I'll do what Dennis did and shoot a guillotine on you, bro. Was it Hasbulla in the background? It was, the guy, when Hasbulla got famous and that kid, he tried to scrap. It was, well, not kid. It was that guy. It was the other dude. Do you pee yourself when you get choked out? No. No, you do not. I've never been put to sleep because I tend to tap out before that happens. Call me a bitch or not, I don't care. But it's only sparring. No, you do not. Well, maybe someone has, but I have not, thankfully. Yeah, not for me, Fresh. I'm sorry. Not one to piss, particularly when I get put to sleep. Yeah, don't worry, bro. You're safe. You're safe. You're safe. Only tap out when I'm close to fainting. Oh yeah, that tends to be my limit as well. But sometimes you get the sneaky chokes that come in and they fuck you up, and you're like, oh shit, and you tap too late, and you're traveling through space for about 5-10 seconds. People forget that KSI owns Misfits Boxing, so bro is appealing. No, I think the commission under Misfits is independent. So, light man, are you talking about me? Maybe a little bit. I'm proud. I trained jiu-jitsu for 12 years, man. Wow, that's really impressive. Well done. I mean, you'd be able to score me, brother. That's really impressive. Yeah, wow. I'd love to hear some of your any tips you got. I'd be more than happy to hear them. Considering I'm only about just under a year into my in terms of training like properly. What's my current belt? I train no gi, so I don't have. There's no belts in no gi. But I'd probably still be a white belt. I doubt I'd be. I seriously don't have a blue belt in a year, but if I was in the equivalent, because that takes a special kind of talent. But no, yeah, I'm assuming I'd probably be a fairly decent white belt. It takes 2 years to get your blue belt on average, but I train no gi anyway, so. No buts now. What's up? What's up, you man? You get the ladies start jiu-jitsu class? No, I do roll with them, of course, and they're very good. But I tend to save that stuff for not in jiu-jitsu and in the gym. It's not really not really the right etiquette, if you ask me, mate. What do you like with glasses on? Without? Is it that exciting? If you want to see, I don't know. I never really take them off. The lighting won't do me any justice, guys. I've had a long day. There you go. Nothing stellar. I got very sleepy eyes. Vocal Islam. Vocal day, Jeff. I'm praying, man. I have no confidence in that pick, but I fucking love Volkanovski. We're riding with that Australian man all the way to Abu Dhabi, son. And we're going to see double champ, I pray. What do you think of the fight? Shite, blood. It was shite. But I had it KSI just. But happy either way. I'm a red belt. Should I be lower? I mean, fucking hell. Red belt, I mean, fair enough, mate. That's, That's not many people can say they've done that. I mean, I feel like you should be lower. I mean, you've got 12s in the game, mate. I don't think there's anything that's completely something to be proud of. Yeah, of course we fucking love Volk in the chat, man. Of course we do, Jeff. We're riding with that brother. He's representing the short kings of the world. And he's a little bit shorter than me, but he would definitely kick my ass. But we love that, man. We love the Aussies. We love the Aussies. We love the Kiwis. Oceania, a lot of cool guys out there. We love Volk. Yeah, we do, man. I probably already read that. Like a fucking idiot. I gotta go, bro. My friends about diets. All love, George, man. Good to see you in here. Love for George in the chat, man. This guy is a staple of the stream. He's been here every fucking day. Tommy 42, yeah, legend. I'm happy with that as well, man. I'm happy with that too. You earn my sub. I'm glad, brother. Well, we stream every day, so expect that more. Usually I'm earlier than this. Usually I'm about 7 p.m. UK time. But I thought I'd jump on because of the of the fights, the recent ongoings. But judges were biased because the Fury name. No, blood. I disagree. I think it was a close fight, difficult one to score. I think that was the crux of it. Thoughts on the Pauls doing MMA in the future? I think give credit to Jake for doing it because he looks like he's going to go down that route in the PFL, but I don't think it will go well for him though. Great king here. V rules all. Truly a go of the game, Solus. I agree, man. Good to see you in here as well, by the way. Thank you for stopping by as per. Volk 10 is notice. Different continent. Foot shorter, but 10 cubic meters. Balls bigger. Very true, Yanni. Credit to the man. 10 days notice. You know, elbow, hand surgery, arm surgery, whatever it was. Ballsy fella. And I rate him. Makes me nervous. This is probably Volk's last shot at lightweight. Yeah, I agree. But he's made for these moments, Mats, man. He is. He's made for these moments. You know how this game is. He's made for these moments. And I think he could do it. Thoughts on Pauls? I did I not just say that fresh? I just gave you I gave you a good response there. I think it's good that he's doing it in PFL. I give Jake the credit, but I don't think it's gonna go well for him, man. Sorry, go slow. I gotta read these out, Ivan. I'm trying. I'm trying to go through them. I know you guys go slow, sleep. Oh yeah, I probably should. It's a little late here. I did. No, it's all love, man. It's all love. What did KSI do in the final 4 rounds? Tommy was the better boxer. I don't think either of them imposed their will on it too much, legend. I'm gonna be honest. I had KSI 3-3 with the point deduction getting the win, but again, I'm not mad about either result. I don't think it was a robbery. I think Deji should fight for Isol. Yeah, I like that fight. I think Deji wins it pretty easily. Imagine having to score that hugging match. Either way, you'll get cooked. Yeah, exactly. That's the crux of it. It's if you just watch that fight, how the fuck do you score it? It's like only 1 or 2 rounds there was pretty clear. You know, I think that I hate the word robbery getting thrown around. I think there's very few fights you can clearly call a fair robbery. And for me, in MMA, that springs to mind, Jones-Reyes is a close fight, but a clear one. When it's a clear result, that's when it's a robbery. It doesn't matter if it's close. If it's clear, then it's a robbery. For me, that fight, that Jones-Reyes was a close, but it was very clear that Reyes won 3-2 for me. Same with Paddy Gordon. You know, those fights are robberies. This was not a robbery. This was tough to score. It's not a robbery. Round by round, it was hard to score. Imagine having to score. Oh, I read that. They were doing anti-Taylor embrace. I give credit to Anthony Taylor for he knew he was never going to. He went in there just fair play to him. I rate. It's not fun, but I rate him for doing it. I thought it was a draw. To be fair, both fighters were doing the same thing with 6 rounds. Yeah. So on the round by round, it's difficult. Deji would batter Bryce Hall. I think so, brother. I do. I think Deji would win. Yeah, I'm not. Again, as I say, don't expect this to be the norm. Talking about misfits or boxing particularly. If there's a big boxing fight happening, I'll probably be talking about it on stream. But generally speaking. Streams are usually we're talking all things MMA. 294 has been the subject of the last week for all you guys new jumping in here. We love talking about MMA. This is an MMA channel. But again, I'm a combat sports fan at heart. Whatever it is, man, I'm here to talk about it. So I'll talk about what I feel is worth it. But MMA is my home turf, So 294 will be all over out this week, streaming every day. So if you really want to hear my opinions, and I want to hear yours as well, of course. I want to hear what you think. Volkanovski, any of that. Who you got? Volkanovski, Islam, Usman, Shamaev, Nathaniel Woods fighting on there. That'll be a great fight in these under prelims, but shout out to him. KSA won 3 rounds each plus the point deduction. My mask. Yeah, that's where I was leaning towards Michael. Gun to my head. But again, the rounds were close. They were very close. Chael Sullivan said the event always paled to build up. I felt the day. I agree, brother. I completely agree. I mean, it always is going to be. This is Misfits boxing and influencer boxing. It's always, honestly, generally speaking, it's more fun than not. But it's just in its own sort of league. And credit to them, they're doing their thing and it's working. That thing will definitely do over 1 million pay-per-views. Buys probably more. Barney Tyson promo style. Why don't the UFC do something like this once or twice a year? What, the promos, or like those sort of super fights? Who's the MMA GOAT? In terms of all-round athlete, model human being, and sportsman, it's DJ. In terms of pure cage accomplishments, it's John Jones. And I love GSP as well. But DJ, I'd inclined to say, just as an overall encompassing athlete. DJ it represents what it means to be as a champion inside and out of the cage. So for me, DJ. I think it was closer than Jake versus Fury. Yeah. I think Tommy won that fight soundly against Jake Paul. Huge promos. Yeah, I like to see more of them. Obviously, they like doing it for Conor. And BT Sports Chat, or TNT Sports now, their promos are fucking awesome. Their Leon Edwards ones was sick in the build-up to the Usman fights. So, Stipe's a short against John. I think it's a closer fight than people think, man. I don't think it's going to be a stomp at all. I know Stipe's old, but I think John's on the feet will look a bit sloppy at heavyweight. I do. But I do think John will win, though. Only sport that delivers consistently is the UFC, hands down. Mixed martial arts, the sport. So I must correct you there, but I agree. I feel great having watched that. Yeah, you can't go wrong with MMA, brother. All right, PG, love blood. Thank you for stopping by. Good to see you in here as per. We'll run for a few more. I know it's only a bit of a shorter stream today, but it's late here. I really want to get you guys' thoughts. I think it'd be a little fun stream. And I wanted to get one in today because normally said we'd do one earlier, but I was watching the card with my friends, so it wasn't an option, sadly. Does anyone get those international? Yeah, I understand. Yeah, you're missing out. I know. It sucks because their coverage is good, man. I also feel like Logan Paul's super overrated. No, I think he was good. I think he looked quite good. I think his combinations were nice, flowing nice. And I don't like Logan Paul. I know, as I said, Dylan didn't do much to really return fire, so Logan could impose his will. But I thought his combinations were nice for the most part. When he stayed composed and really started to flow into his shots, I think he was mixing up beautifully. Some nice body shots, mixing it with those hooks up top. I think it was nice. Yeah, I think there was a bit in the second round, as I said, when he lost his temper, and that was where he started to lose it a little bit. But I think his corner calmed him down. They said, let's just work. Start firing, fixing up the variety of the shots. Let's use the jab. I think he looked quite good. But again, it's not hard when you're fighting a human punching bag like Dylan, so... yeah. Disappointing. These days with Fury's heavyweight champion teasing losing. Well, that fight's happening now, you know. I feel myself loving the Danish system more and more. Yeah, it's just a shame about fighter pay, man. It's a shame about fighter pay. That's where I tend to look with it, you know. I would have liked to have seen, you know, not enough. I mean, you feel good for Ngannou when he's getting paid a fucking bag after barely getting paid shit as the heavyweight champ. But I, man, made my day. I'm glad I did, my friend. I'm glad I did, Manic. I'll shoot it tomorrow. I appreciate it, man. We're in at 7 p.m. UK time, generally speaking, around there. 6:30, 7 p.m. That's when we tend to stream. Usually go for about an hour and a bit, hour and 20 minutes, hour and a half. We talk all things MMA most of the time. It's always a good time. Always the same people in here, so we're always having fun. A lot of lovely people. Truly entertaining content creator. Man, you're saying all the... You're making me feel good today. Thank you, man. I'm glad. Do you feel KSI should appeal? Yes. How do you see the appeal going? I think he should appeal. I think he's in his rights to if he wants to. I don't think he'll get anything out of it, though, Michael. I think nothing will come out of that. Most appeals don't. It has to be pretty clear and a gregarious thing or event to take place for it to appeal to go through. Yeah, the takedown... It was hilarious, but it kind of got a bit sad, didn't it? It was a bit like, well, you know, right, this is a bit shit. I think that's the way I saw it. Nothing really, kind of got a bit shit after a while. Like, he doesn't have that aura that Nate Diaz did. Hope the YouTube box stuff is over. I kind of agree with Cos, man. Good to see you in here as well. I haven't seen you in it before. Welcome to the stream. Can't wait to watch professional boxing matches. Yeah, I mean, if that's your thing, that's your thing. We're generally an MMA channel here, but I love boxing as well. It's just... the politics ruin the sport for me. We don't get the fights we want enough, and that is the crux of it. Why I love MMA. It's why I've always fallen into mixed martial arts much more than I have boxing, because we get the fights we want, guys. Let's be real. If you had Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury MMA fighters, we'd have a trilogy by now. You know, that would have been done and dusted years ago. This is the problem. We got different promoters clashing heads, a bunch of old people in the room getting mad about money and pay cuts and, you know, fight purses. This is what you get. You get boxing fights that never happen. That's how it is, man. And MMA, when you're fighting in the UFC, it's all under one banner. You get your contract, and I know they don't get paid enough, and that sucks, and it's a problem to fix. But the reality is, we get the fights we want as fans, and that's what we need as fans, you know. And that's why we love it. I'm spitting. I'm glad you think so, Tower. I'm passionate about the game, man. I'm passionate about the fight game. Wanted Tommy to win, but I feel KSI won. That's fair, man. That's fair total. I was indifferent in the results, but I felt KSI a bit hard done by, but you know, I feel like he needed to do more. He didn't fight a good fight, didn't impose his will enough on the rounds, and neither did Tommy. So I think it could have gone either way. The more I think about it, I think it could have gone either way. I had KSI 3-all with the point deduction, as I said, but again, I was never besides the first round, I was never sure on the second and sixth, which I think were the KSI rounds that he would have won if it did go his way. So I was never too sure about that. Right, I'm gonna ask for a few more, then I'm gonna head off, get my beauty sleep. Right, for a big day tomorrow. Recording the podcast tomorrow, which I have to plug as well, shamelessly. It's in the channel description. MMA Creators Podcast. Me and Will from Casuals Corner MMA on Instagram. You probably follow him on there if you're big on MMA. He's got a massive platform there. We talk all things MMA, creating content on YouTube and just in the digital space, and all things mixed martial arts every week. So that'll be out tomorrow evening, at least in the UK, depending on where you guys are. But we're recording, and it'll be out same day. So you look forward to that if you're into that. And also we'll be streaming as well. So streaming every day. So look forward to that. And videos Friday and Tuesday. Plenty to look forward to, guys. I'm here to provide for you, all of you. So I hope all of you new guys are in there. Is it on Apple Podcasts? No, not currently. I apologize for that. We should be looking into that. We're on YouTube and Spotify, though. The channel is in my channel's description. It's MMA Creators Podcast. You can check it out through there. And it's also on Spotify, as I said. So, but it might pop up as Casuals Encounters. That's the old name. We did change it. But if you look in my channel, it'll be on there. So you can tune into that tomorrow. There every Sunday. Really insightful conversations. Of course, the streams as well. Look forward to those. And Tuesday video is, generally speaking, if you are new here, it's a bit more unscripted. Tends to be a bit shorter. Unscripted, just me giving my thoughts on any sort of thing I feel like talking about. Of course, edited in the same style with a bit of flair, a bit of fun. And then the Friday video is a bit more in depth, 8 minutes long, scripted. I try and flex my writing muscles. Make it an engaging 8-minute video for you guys. Tends to be it's casuals guide usually. So it gives you the latest just rundown on anything in the sport in MMA. If you are unfamiliar, you're new into mixed martial arts, the UFC, whatever it is in that realm, I'm there to provide. You can catch up. And if it's, because let's be real, guys, MMA is a daunting sport, and the word casual is thrown around horrendously. Only my eyes hurt from that visual, though. Oh, sorry, man. KSI Fury boring. I know. I agree. What do you think of Usai's replacement? I don't know. Honestly, it's above my Krager and Yanni. I don't know where they're going to go with that. I'm honestly not sure, but I don't know how I feel about them. I've been thinking about using them allowing the potential of using medicines to recover. I'm maybe not opposed to that. I don't think it's a horrendous idea. So we'll see where it goes with that. Big changes in the UFC, though. It's a lot of interesting stuff about to go down. I'll probably be discussing that pretty soon in a video, I'm sure. Got a lot of cool content coming up, though, as I say. Really cool ideas. I was actually going to do a Charles Oliveira documentary video. I've had written in the sort of books for a while, which I was going to be really proud of. But I didn't end up making it. I'm glad I didn't, because he pulled out the fucking fight, which would have been horrendous timing. I'm glad I didn't make it, but that will come sometime down the line. Same with an Alex Pereira one. They take a while to make the documentaries. So, it tends to be a bit far and few and far between. Do you get a physical background that make the stream look sick? I probably should, but you would like this, actually. I know you like that, Solus, but if you are into... Nope, that's not it. That's my display capture. There you go. This is my virtual background I made. I know it's a bit shit right now because the lighting's awful, but it's pretty cool. I like it personally. Like a digital space. My little fake lounge room that doesn't exist. Shout out Coffee Silla with the idea. Got the inspiration from him. When I get a better camera, which kindly provided to you from all of you watching my videos, helping me fund that, there'll be a much nicer camera. Yeah, much better quality, so you guys will have a much better viewing experience. Hopefully the sound's okay. I know the microphone should be good, but the camera is horrendous. It's just a shitty webcam right now. Yeah, the $10 studio turbo. yeah, it really is right now. It will look fair. It will look better when I can match the lighting with a good camera. It will look nice. But obviously it doesn't look good with the webcam. Picks up awful. UFC background was better. I like this one. I made it myself in a game engine, so I'm kind of proud of it. Use your phone as a camera. Yeah, it's a bit awkward with the stream though. Sometimes it gets delay. But I want to buy a camera, so I'm going to experiment with that. But I will try it. Auctioneer Duplessis get a shot at Sean. He deserves it, Yanni, but he probably won't get it. I think Hamzat will have it if he wins. Always win. Aganu Jones, that's it. I wish to, Cosmo, but I don't think it will happen. I hope so. I do hope so. But what do you make the background on? I did it in Unreal Engine 5. I had a games production degree, so I am experienced in game development. Yeah, Unreal Engine, man. 3D design, all of that stuff. So I didn't make the objects, but I put it all together in a scene and lit it, and basically plotted a virtual little camera in and recorded a little looping video. And pretty simple there after that. But yeah, I got the asset pack for free. Just a little bit of fun experimenting. Pretty cool. I want it to be a bit more dynamic. We got the rain in the background, the fan as well. Lighting's amazing. Yeah, it's cool. Obviously, my actual lighting is not, so that will come in time. And obviously, you can see the green screen spill because the camera picks up lighting horrendously. I'm glad you like it, though. Can't wait for the Jones fight. Me neither, man. I'm very excited. Yeah, you said that, yeah. It's going to be fun. Tom Aspinall, if he doesn't retire, I think Tom Aspinall dog walks him. So that's what I'm... KSI fan, but I do think he needs to be humbled. I agree. I think he was getting on my nerves a little bit. And I like KSI, but I didn't want him to get knocked out. Yeah, I agree with the decision. I think it's fair either way. More faces. Sorry, I butchered that name, but welcome to the stream. Good to have you stopping by. It's a shame you weren't here earlier because we're only going to be on for a few more minutes. We've been going for quite a while, but I'm glad you're here to stop by. A lot of new faces in here today, so I appreciate all the love, guys. I really do. If you do like MMA content, as I said, this is the place to be. We are dominating this space. World domination of the MMA space. We are a lot of big things planned here, so that'll be very fun. But boxing, obviously not the norm for me, but I feel like I had to weigh in on it. And I want to hear your guys' opinions because I know it's massive. I think this is going to sell at least 1.2 million, I reckon, pay-per-view buys. That's, if I had to ballpark a guess, that's where I'm leaning towards. I don't know, though. You never know in this game. You never know. I mean, look at the scorecards, man. All night scorecards were crazy. Developed cauliflower ear. No, I haven't. I do know people who have, but I'm pretty lucky. I don't wear like a helmet or nothing. I just, I don't know. I don't know what. I don't know where if it's luck or what. But generally, I'm pretty good. Yeah. I do have some health issues though, which stop me from really going 100% when I train. But no, I do not have cauliflower ear. But the health stuff, you know, stuff I have to work around. But yeah, I mean, it's all something to adapt to, isn't it? Cauliflower ear sucks though. Skin infections suck as well. I've had one of them. Do not recommend. Hygiene is key. Please wash when you train, or you end up giving someone else a skin infection. Especially, it's not fun when it's on your face. Cauliflower jiu-jitsu, you get that? Of course you do, man. It's grappling martial art, man. Of course you do. It's not like it's not. I wouldn't say it's common. It happens quite a lot, but mostly it's more an MMA thing. But wrestling as well. But it does happen in jiu-jitsu, yeah, for sure. Again, it's person to person. No, I do not have cauliflower ear, thankfully. Worst thing I've got is some fucked up calves and quads, just mostly legs. And a skin infection on the side of my face, which made me look like a zombie for 2 weeks. Cannot recommend. Had to wait at hospital for like 5 hours just to get some antibiotics. So please, 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 if you do train, hygiene. Look after yourselves. That is key. For you and for everyone else. Don't want to roll with stinky people, man. It's not fun. I'm telling you that firsthand. Preach Roman's got knocked out from the stench. Yeah, man. Especially when someone's pits in your face and you feel like you're going to suffocate. May I get passed out from that. Coming years for not much having messed up ears. Much. Oh, sorry. An emoji's in the way. I can't really read that whole thing. Anyway, guys. Yeah, it's been a fun little stream. I know we could have gone longer. Normally we do. It's a little late here, so I do apologize. But again, as I say, a lot of cool stuff planned. I know if you're a new face in here, a lot of new faces in here, but I'll be streaming 7 p.m. UK time tomorrow, give or take. Podcast will be out probably just after that. So if you really, really enjoy my stuff that much, you can go check it out right after that. But yeah, streaming around them, 6:30, 7 p.m. UK time. Video on Tuesday and Friday, and streams every day of the week. Appreciate the love, guys. I know I keep saying it, but I really do. It means a lot. Big journey ahead for next year. Big things planned. A lot of cool stuff. Very excited, and I hope you guys all are as well. Have a good night. Appreciate it, guys. Turtle, thank you for the love. Yanni, shit's better than ASMR. Appreciate it, bro. I'm glad you like the sound of my voice that much. I'm working on it. I'm working on improving my commentary and just recording voice in general. I do my best. So appreciate the love, guys. You guys have a good one, and I'll see you tomorrow.